What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Kashmir attack fallout. Is Pakistan's army pushing for war? Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit the join button to receive your exclusive benefits. And there's no way Pakistan wants war. Because it's just Pakistan, India. If I don't know if Pakistan got allies in the pipeline that they're gonna be depending on or whatsoever, but I feel like there's just no way on earth Pakistan by themselves would want a war with India because they'd be utterly defeated. So I'm not sure what's going on. We're gonna jump in the video and find out.
When our forefathers they thought that we are different from the Hindus in every possible aspect of life. That was the foundation of the two-nation theory that was laid there.
In Pakistan, the army does not serve the government serves the army. The world knows
That's
this.
crazy. That's crazy to think of that. The army does not serve the government serves the army. Like, I guess just I've never heard of that.
Prime Minister knows it too, that's Shehbaz Sharif. So the Pakistan Prime Minister really doesn't have much say. But he's trying to play both sides. Over the weekend, he made a public address at the passing out parade at the Pakistan Military Academy. And he said some conflicting things. First, Pakistan is calling for a neutral probe, a probe into what really happened in Kashmir.
The recent tragedy in Pahalgam is yet another example of this perpetual blame game, which must come to a grinding halt. And now, continuing with its role as a responsible country, Pakistan is open to participate in any neutral, transparent, and credible investigation.
Well, we can help with that. Here are the facts. What happened in Kashmir was a terrorist attack. 26 tourists were killed, and they were killed by Pakistani and Pak-backed terrorists.
Like, I'm just thinking, like, in that moment, like, hearing those shots ring out, like, as much as the U.S. gets so much crap for, of course, all the gun deaths here, whether it be school shootings, whether it be mass shootings, just all the gun violence here. I personally have never been in a situation like where I've heard gunshots, and so just in a situation like that, I'd be absolutely terrified. 100% be running for my life, but like that's just so freaking scary. My brain can't even fathom being stuck in that situation. Like I said, it's more likely that I'd get shot here in the US than in Kashmir, I assume. But I just never being in that situation, I can't even imagine.
Yes, that saves some crucial time that Pakistan hopes to waste in the name of an investigation. But of course, Shehbaz Sharif did not stop there. And I think it's because he remembered where he was. The military academy in Abbottabad, with the steely eyes of the generals on his back.
Yep.
So he went back to the given script.
Got to.
And indulged in some casual warmongering.
Any attempt to stop, reduce, or divert the flow of water belonging to Pakistan under the Indus Waters Treaty would be responded to with full force and might, and nobody should remain under any kind of false impression and confusion.
If you thought your situationship was giving mixed signals, you clearly haven't heard Shehbaz Sharif. What does the Pakistani Prime Minister really want? I guess that's a question we should be asking his brother, three-time Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, because reports
I think he wants to definitely, he wants peace. He does not want war. But like she said, being in that military, in front of the military with all them generals and with the army being stronger than the government, having more power than the government, he had to change his tune. He had to say that stuff. He didn't have a choice, but I think he does. He does not want to fight. He does not want to war because I think he understands what that means. But you can't say that in front of the army and those generals and the people that got the real power, because he also know what that means.
Suggests that he is counseling his baby brother. He wants him to choose diplomacy. It's almost touching. Nawaz Sharif thinks or pretends that civilians still run the show. The fact is, every Pakistani government since 1947 has been a civilian government only in name. The army runs the country. So the real question is, what does the Pakistan army want? Does it want a war? Can it survive a war? Their chief, General Asim Munir, made the first move earlier this month. He delivered an incendiary speech calling Kashmir Pakistan's jugular vein.
Government's stance on Kashmir is absolutely clear. It was our jugular vein. It is our jugular vein. We will not forget it. And we will not leave our Kashmiri brethren in their heroic struggle, what they are waging against the Indian occupation.
This was before the Pahalgam attack. Then over the weekend, he doubled down. Asim Munir was speaking at the same parade as Shehbaz Sharif, and he dusted off an old dangerous script, the two-nation theory. Munir said Hindus and Muslims could never live together in harmony, that they are fundamentally different. And here we were foolishly believing that the world had moved on from 1947. Remember, Asim Munir said the same thing before the Pahalgam attack too. And this is what he said after, I'm quoting, "Our forefathers made immense sacrifices for the creation of Pakistan. We know how to defend it." Quite the speech to deliver at a graduation ceremony. But let's pause
That
for
was
a
at
second.
like a high school
Does the
graduation?
Pakistan army want war? Or does it like just the idea of a war?
Idea,
Chances are it's the second.
for sure.
Asim Munir may be stirring the pot, but what he really wants is just the prospect of a conflict, something
Yeah.
to distract from the rot at home.
Exactly. He logic. If you got any logic in your head, bro, you obviously know what the reality of a war would look like. Going up against India, it wouldn't even really be a war if you ask me. It'd be very one-sided. So yeah, he definitely don't want that. But the prospect of a war, I think, like Paki said, that definitely distracts from everything else wrong going on inside of the country. So, and that's what governments do a lot of the time. They distract you from real issues by prospect of a war, pitting citizens against each other. These things.
Because a real war has consequences. Provocation has consequences. And Pakistan is already suffering those. For example, the Indus Waters Treaty. It's a treaty that survived 4 wars, but not this time because India has suspended it. There are reports of a flood alert in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In unverified videos online, residents were seen scrambling. Islamabad has obviously accused India of releasing this water. New Delhi has not commented. But it shows the fear and chaos on the other side. Because the Pahalgam attack has changed the rules. Old constraints no longer apply. Pakistan tried to retaliate by suspending all trade with India. And with this, they shot themselves in the foot. I'll give you just one example. Medicines. Pakistan relies on India for 30 to 40% of its pharmaceutical raw materials. 30 to 40%. They need this stuff to make crucial medicines. But now they've lost access and hurt their own medical supplies. Islamabad is now looking at contingency plans. Of course, the generals will still get the best hospitals. The politicians will still fly to London for checkups. But the ordinary
Dang.
Pakistanis won't have medicines. And
That's
that is the biggest
insane.
tragedy. Their economy is imploding, inflation is gutting the middle class. Pakistan cannot afford a war. Ordinary citizens do not want a war. They want jobs, they want food, they want freedom from violence. They've been protesting against their army that has battered the country. And it's this army that wants conflict to secure its grip on power. Because generals do not lose jobs during wars, they become indispensable. So we say the enemy of Pakistan is not India. The real enemy is their army. That's who they have to fight.
Greeting you with
Dang.
aloha.
I completely agree. And you're gonna stop getting medicine from India? They provide 30 to 40% of the raw materials for your medicine, and you're just gonna stop that without already a plan to get that elsewhere? And I'm sure elsewhere that you get it, I'm sure I'll assume, because I can't be. I'm gonna assume that you're not gonna get it at the same price India is gonna give it to you at. That's crazy. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Do you guys think they really want war? Just the prospect of a war to distract. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give a video a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.